when I was looking through the best social media scheduler apps. There's one that's called Buffer. It's the main one that I first see when I first go searching for social media scheduler apps. I would scroll down to the reviews and I went to the first one that was the most recent at this point in time. They were talking about the fact that you can't basically add a thumbnail for your different social media providers. And there was another review that I saw here. He basically speaks about tags, I guess that like it wasn't saving or it wasn't adding them properly. And then the second thing is the categories. He's saying that the wrong category shows up for shorts and he's not sure if that's something that he could set a default for, right? Now in YouTube, you can control this with the API. In particular, you have to know the IDs that correspond with which category types so that you can be able to choose that specific category and then be able to use that along with your API request. So I figured these reviews that I saw here were going to be awesome to be able to integrate into the social media scheduler app in the app TypeScript file. I basically added new use effect states for the category, the thumbnail, and the tags. So in the post file helper, in the handle post that we added in those extra variables. Again, is made for kids, thumbnail, YouTube category, the tags. This is when we insert this information into the database that will house that stuff along with the content that we had before. And now since you're inserting those things into the database, I had to make sure those columns exist. Now when you first start up the application fresh and you don't have any actual previous information, it's now going to create the content table but with those extra columns that we need. And this section here is basically if you have YouTube, LinkedIn, or Instagram, that you have an option of being able to upload a thumbnail along with your video content. This is where I put in the tags as well. So then you can add in your YouTube tags and that's going to be added to the YouTube post as well. This leaves us with the final files, which is the API handler along with the social media providers that were affected in this change. Unlike the other social media providers, YouTube actually requires that you set the actual thumbnail using a different API call. So the moment that you're done with your first API call, you actually need that information so that you can be able to set the thumbnail. And that's what I did here at the bottom of this whole function for uploading the video to YouTube. After it's pushed and after everything's okay, then from here I check if I have a thumbnail path. If that is the case, then I use the set thumbnail function, which is just down here, that basically then takes the video ID and is able to make a post request that shows that it's an image JPEG, and I send up the information straight from the phone for that image.